Namaste, everyone. Hello. This is welcome to our weekly Pure Bliss Akram Ayurvedic chats, where we answer everyday's problem using budget-friendly solutions from ancient times in Ayurveda.
Hello
Dr.
everyone,
Kamal.
myself Dr. Komal. So today it's Karolina's turn to tell us about a little new topic. But first of all, I would like Karolina to introduce herself, and after that, we'll start the question answers. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Kamal. I am an Ayurvedic practitioner specializing in metabolism and digestion, and also type 1 and type 2 diabetes. I am also iridologist. This is actually very helpful because you can use the patient's iris to diagnose any problems with organs or with the systems before you provide a really comprehensive solution made by Ayurveda. And I'm also a Reiki master. Whenever there are problems with energy, I think Reiki is also very, very useful and
Yes, it
tool.
is.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a multi-talented Karolina with us. Whenever you have any issues related to her specialization, you can just, as usual, book an appointment from our website of Pure Bliss Akram and book a slot for yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Kamal.
Okay, so today we are discussing a very, interesting and current topic as well, which is going on nowadays. So I will start with an introduction from Ayurveda. So according to you, what is smog that we are usually looking at in the current scenario?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll ask for your help, Dr. Kamal. Yes,
Definitely.
we prepared today's question because one of our patients, longtime patients, asked us how to deal with smoke, and this is related to the actually environmental catastrophe because that's how you call it, I think, in the Canadian forest burning. And last week,
Yes.
the API, so air pollution index, was 400 for New York and for many East Coast cities in the United States. And this is actually not a one-time thing, because we experience this also in Europe. We last year and beginning of the spring this year, we had huge fires in Spain, in Portugal, in southern France. So what is smog? According to the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency in the United States, everything above 100, the AQI, it's considered harmful for our lungs and for our body. So can you imagine, from 100, and 100 is already
Yes.
high and people shouldn't be going outside if they have asthma or any problems, to 450 last week. Yeah.
That's why I just thought of asking you about the introduction so that later on we can discuss about how Ayurveda can, help with it and all these things. So how does this pollution that is getting a lot day by day in most of the countries, how does it affect your body, like physically, mentally, or what's the Ayurvedic perspective of this thing?
So the great founder of Ayurveda, Charaka, probably didn't come up with a exact protocol for smog, because smogs were not so common there 3,000 years ago. But the understanding that Ayurveda provides for our body and of the constitutions, the three constitutions that we in every talk about, it's really amazing. So obviously, when we breathe in air that has sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, and many big particles, our lungs get affected, right? So even if you don't know about Ayurveda, you know that you have breathing problems. But then,
Yes.
how Ayurveda differs, it segregates people into 3 or maybe 5 or 6 categories, if you want to be really detailed, into the category of people who are air dominated, like Vata we call it, or if they're dominated by Kapha, this is the earth, or fire in Pitta. And based on this is very general. If you want to know your constitution, or if you want to know your exact constitution, you should definitely sign up with the Ayurvedic practitioner. But generally speaking, if you breathe in the polluted air, very polluted air, your lungs are first that get affected, and lungs are the seat of Kapha, right? And Kapha is the earth element that gives you strength and power. So if you have no power, how can you go around doing your everyday things, right? So who gets affected the most? Well, the weaker bodies. So Vata is the air element. For Vata, it's emotional and it's also physical. When they inhale this air, they get not enough oxygen in their blood. They very often have problems with constipation because their digestion and expulsion doesn't work very well. They already have dry skin, and with pollution. When we think about pollution, we always talk about the air quality and how it
Air
affects
quality, yes.
our lungs, but it also affects our skin. This is we don't get we get really pollution on our skin, so it's important to wash it every day, right? Even twice a day if the pollution is extreme, like it was last week. In case of Pitta, yes, you have the pollution entering through your blood. In Pitta, obviously, we work very hard with liver, with circular system, with heart. So liver has to work twice as hard to get rid of all the toxins. So if for that we have the body problems, we have also emotional problems because Pitta gets very often annoyed, angry, and really entire
Like a
environment.
fire, yes, inside the body, yes.
Exactly. So exactly like Dr. Kamal is saying, the fire inside of the body. So the fire gets really much higher, heated up, and because of that, Vata can have difficult times even dealing with herself during the difficult times like the pollution. And of course, we have the Kapha people, the Kapha, the strength, and already have very often have phlegm in their lungs, so they have already problems, maybe breathing, maybe sinuses congested. So all
Sinuses,
of
yes.
this, right? All of this is much worsened by pollution, by air pollution that we experience, right, and will be experiencing because the environmental disintegration is getting worse. So in case of kapha, very often there may be a need, there's not enough oxygen running in the body, right? So the metabolism slows down even more. So during the difficult times of air pollution, they may even be gaining weight. And because very often they like to eat to get more grounded and calm down, so they will be chewing on something. And when they chew on something, they also gain weight. And they it's not recommended with such high pollution to go outside, right? So they cannot really exercise and go outside because they feel that they'll get their sinuses and their lungs get even more congested. So this
It's all, yeah, yes.
please do.
So it's all that we are used to discuss. Like there's an imbalance of all these doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha. So whatsoever are symptoms related to vata, pitta, or kapha will get aggravated somehow. So that's how Ayurveda help to know how the pollution or the smoke is affecting your body. So it's directly related. Like you should know the basics about vata, pitta, kapha that we always talk about. So that's the basis, I think, in this topic as well. Yeah.
Exactly. Like Dr. Kamal says. So in case of kapha, going back, kapha has tendency to even depression. So with all of this, gaining weight, slower metabolism, less oxygen, and less breathing, you may experience depression. So it's anxiety, insomnia problems for vata, emotionally,
Vata, yes.
anger for pitta, and maybe even depression for kapha. So the pollution works on many levels. Works on the level of our organs, of our metabolism, of our mental health, and on our the most important, the biggest organ in our body, skin. Don't forget about the
Yeah,
skin.
yes. So we have talked about how it's affecting our body in terms of organs as well as in terms of doshas. So now we have talked about the causes, we have talked about the problem. So the next thing we are going to discuss is how you can just detox your body to get rid of this pollution, these pollutants that are already in your body entered, and now you just have to get rid of it. So now we just want to hear some of the methods or the procedures, what else we can do to avoid these things.
So yeah, that's a very good question. That's a difficult question, right?
Yeah. So
So
everyone is looking for the solution,
yes,
because we can talk
exactly.
about the problems, we can talk about how is it causing, how is it affecting us, but everyone wants to hear about the solution. So that's most important.
Exactly. Everybody wants the magic pill.
Yes.
Yeah, well, in case, so we divided to a very general three categories. There may be subcategories. For instance, I am Pitta Kapha. I
Mhm.
don't. What is your constitution, Dr. Kamal?
I am predominantly Pitta and Vata. So yeah,
Okay.
Pitta Vata.
So we have a little bit different approaches. Both Dr. Kamal and my body will react a little different. We both have Pitta, but then we have the second dosha that will also affect us. And for that, you can also fill in our questionnaire on pureblissakram.com, where you can check and decide what is your dominant and secondary dosha or constitution to really come up with the solutions to get rid of smog from your mental and from your body. So, okay, so if you are a Vata, generally speaking, and you have sleeping problems, you need grounding, right? In difficult times like the pollution, like the air pollution events. So you already are thinking, oh my God, this is the end of the world. I cannot see the tip of my nose when I go outside. So to get grounding, you need regular meal times. That's very important. You need to, for your skin, you need to oil your skin. You need Abhyanga in the mornings. This is a wonderful, and it takes only 5 minutes.
Yes.
With, for instance, sesame oil. We talked about Abhyanga, and I'm sure we will talk even more about Abhyanga. For all the constitutions, one of the bigger problems are eyes. How do you clean eyes? Oh, Ayurveda has, as Dr. Kamal, who is a specialist in Panchakarma, wonderful recipes on using clarified butter in the
Okay.
40 to 50 degree temperature. When you, for 5 minutes, you wash with the eye cup,
Yeah.
you wash your cornea and your iris. This is also very important because you might even have eye infection from such high pollutions. And then for Vata, do the daily exercises, yoga that also help. Meditation twice a day helps.
Yeah.
Eat foods that are generally lowering for Vata, such as maybe sour, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of sweet things.
Sweet. Yes.
Yes, so and then one of the important stabilizing nervous herbs that everybody recommends, and it's particularly good, is ashwagandha. So before you go to sleep, if you drink organic milk, have organic milk with ashwagandha and maybe with a little bit of sugar cane or maybe with jaggery, as they do it in India, and that is wonderful, right? Anything else, Dr. Kamal, you can share on Vata?
Mostly this is the thing, because we have to counteract the properties of Vata. So Vata is basically dry in nature. It's always movable in nature. So just opposite to that, we need some sort of oleation for the body, like snehan. We call it snehan in Ayurveda, oleation, some sort of. Either it is outside, externally to apply over the skin, all over the body, or internally as well. But it
Okay.
depends again on the body type, as we discussed earlier. What type of body is yours? Depending on that, we need to decide the oil or the grita that we need to prescribe to the patient.
Yeah.
So that's the, I think, main thing that we need to focus and keep it in our mind. That main thing to balance the vata is oleation. You need it in some way or the other.
Yeah, so clarified butter. So like main meal at for lunch, for instance, with a spoon of warm butter.
Yes.
Yeah,
And just add it in your meals or veggies, whatever you are having. You can add it to your
exactly,
rice as well.
exactly. Like broccoli with clarified butter. I love it.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so now going to Pitta. So Pitta already is using a lot its liver, because liver is one of the organs that stores all the anger and frustration. And then you have, you cannot go outside, and you have this pollution going through your bloodstream. So your liver already works twice as hard. And you think that the world is ending, and that you cannot do anything about it, and you are such a precise person, I'll do A B C D and I'll accomplish this, and nothing happens. API 450. So this is the
Nothing will work out.
frustration and anger, right? And yes, so for Pitta, again, it's also Abhyanga helps, because it's maybe with coconut oil, because coconut
Yes,
oil actually cools down all this anger
right.
and the heat in your body. Regular meal always. And for my favorite, it's, for instance, Amalaki. Amala. It's very good for lowering the fire inside of you. And turmeric, curcuma. Turmeric, I add turmeric to my morning tea. If you have morning coffee, have a turmeric with morning coffee, and with pinch of black pepper for the absorption. And turmeric cleanses your blood, and helps your liver to really go back to
Cleanse all the
normal.
toxins that we are inhaling somehow.
Exactly.
So
So
one more way we can add turmeric is like some people have a habit of having green tea in the morning. So you can add that a pinch of turmeric in that as well, along with lemon, honey. So that's a good combination. Getting a lot of
wonderful,
benefits out of single thing.
wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is what I do. I like turmeric every day, because my liver, I have a lot of fire inside of me, so my liver really has to work twice as hard. And obviously you cannot exercise, but you can exercise inside your home. So maybe you can do sun salutations to really release all this fire inside of you, right?
Yeah.
And then please remember also about the skin, because skin, it's a big thing for Pitta people. And whenever we have different kinds of pollutions, when we also have ozone holes, and with ozone holes we get tan very easily. And because Pitta tends to have discoloration on the skin, so this is another thing to watch out. Okay, so this is Pitta, and calming down and lowering the heat of the Pitta.
Kapha.
And also three of the constitution, everybody needs to drink a lot, because water. If we
Yeah.
drink water, or like lukewarm water, we also get rid of all the toxins through our evacuation processes. And then we have Kapha, and Kapha obviously already is breathing. I had enough. This is. I need my chocolate chip cookie.
So it's the most difficult one to, take
Yeah.
it out from the body.
Yes, it is. It is difficult, but yet it is easy, because kapha usually tends to be very healthy. So
Yes.
just little tweaking of the changes of the daily regime, and knowing yourself. If you know yourself, you can help yourself. So for kapha, obviously, you need to do the exercising inside, indoors. That's important for you. You need to take care of your lungs and your breathing. Nasya in the morning, cleansing all your sinuses with water and a pinch of salt. This is cleaning your throat in the morning, and at night with gargling with water or with salty water. That reduces the mucus that you have inside. When you wake up, you drink a cup of hot water to dilute the thick mucus that you have all over, and goes to your stomach, and then from your stomach through all the lymph system and through your lungs. So it's like a vicious circle.
Mhm.
So dilution, exercising, or cardamom really helps. I have some friends who are very heavy on the kapha element, and when they chew the cardamom seeds, and their mucus really goes down. And then
Cardamom is a very good expectorant for the mucus, yes.
Yeah, and then remember that whenever you have you are depressed and you want to eat chocolate chip cookies, try to substitute with something else. Maybe you have a favorite song that you like to listen and drink some aromatic tea. Um, Maybe for you, the taste, particularly during strenuous times, are the best, are bitter, astringent, and pungent. So remember that if you add something pungent, heating up, then your metabolism speeds up, like black pepper or chili or the long pepper. Tri-katu is one of the better
Yes.
mixes.
Long pepper also, yes.
Exactly, like Dr. Kamal said. So those are the easy budget friendly recommendations that Ayurveda has for smoke times.
So this you have told us about how to detox using the herbs or the daily routine that we can inculcate in our daily routine, the changes that you have told us. And so we have that routine and the habits as well. So now I just want to conclude it and with the part of that small amount of carbon footprint is there in almost all the things that we use, like plastic bottle, disposable cups, and
Yes,
plastic bags. So we
yes.
just need to work on reducing it. And what's your opinion on this?
That's a very good
About
question because sometimes we are very egoistic. Our planet survives environmental crisis, and we just talk about how to survive. It's one person, so we feel good and we look good. Yes, the carbon footprint. It's very important to have to minimize it. So if you are a conscious in a human being that really wants to take care of our planet for the future generations and for ourselves, then remember, plastic, don't use plastic bottles. This was actually one of the very nice experiences that we had in India because of the incredible amount of people and consumption of liquids. In Himalayas, for instance, in the Himalaya region, everybody has a metal bottle with themselves, and you just go and to a restaurant, they fill it out, and you don't use plastic. So
that's a good initiative.
yes, oh, copper better, yes, of course, yeah. So in Mexico, they do the same thing. Everybody now conscious has a bottle, a metal or copper better bottle with themselves, and they don't use plastic. Don't use plastic bags. Use paper bags or bring your own bag. Try to eat locally, particularly in difficult times when everything is burning. You don't want, extra trucks trucking in from half of the end of the world your favorite fruit. So you eat your favorite fruits that came from Greenland. Yes, so think
So
about
these small things
yes,
just collect it, and we can reduce a lot of carbon emission in a lot of ways.
exactly. If you can take public transportation, take public transportation. Don't use your cars every day. It's also better for your health, right? And things like this. And this is also important. So Ayurveda teaches us not only to think about ourselves and our constitution, but it also teaches us how to live peacefully and how to integrate well with the environment and how to honor the environment.
That was such an informative session with you, Carolina. And in the end, I would also like to add some of the tips from Ayurveda point of view that we always do. So this Nasya that you have mentioned is one of the very important and a very efficient way to fight with these infections. We used to have a lot of patients with the same breathing issues, oxygen level
Yeah,
going down.
yeah.
That was the main symptom everybody was having. So Nasya, along with some few herbal medicines, helped a lot. Like a lot of patients get cured just because of Nasya therapy. But it all depends again which kind of oil do you need to use and
Yeah.
how many times a day. So that's a very good thing that can be included in your daily routine as well. Like Abhyanga, you told me. You can just do it anytime you want and it's easier.
Dr. Kamal, the way you talk about it, I want to sign up for a session with you, for the
Yeah.
Nasya session with you from Panchakarma.
Definitely. It's one of
Yeah.
my, I always tell you, it's my favorite panchkarma that I would like to have anytime I want. And after that,
Oh,
the smoke that we have, like from outside, we are getting that smoke, like which are affecting our lungs. But we are giving you a medicated smoke that will just counteract the smoke that you have inhaled already from the polluted air.
yeah, that is
So that's
amazing.
a very
Yeah.
interesting way to counteract or to defeat the disease that you have got. So just practice Nasya because we want from our videos, if we are doing this video, you just have to take one single thing to include
Mm.
in your daily routine, and that will be our achievement that you are getting it and using it in your daily routine. So that will be something that we should be happy about, that you are getting benefit out of it. And for more details or more conversations, more discussions, you can always visit our website and book an appointment with the Pure Bliss Akram.
Exactly, that's what I like. That we are not talking about 50% of your lifestyle. Just introduce one small change every week or every month. So have your warm cup of water in the morning. Have your nasya in the morning, right? And if you want to have a better more professional, more targeted nasya, if you have chronic infections, then you sign up with Dr. Kamal. If not, if this is something that happens on a minimal scale, then do it yourself. Because Ayurveda can be at a very superficial level, works very well, or it can go very, very deep, and you can really
Yes.
cure cancer patients. It depends on the level of the expertise that you get or what you want.
Because nowadays sinuses is also a very big issue and a very common issue. Everybody is getting this congested sinuses all the time. For that, this is something magical that can work as a magic if you are doing it on a regular basis.
Yes,
Depending on the contraindications, also you should know, like you should not do it when you are having runny nose or just after taking a bath. You should not take this. So these things also should be kept in mind while doing this. So for that, you need a consultation or you need a proper advice from an Ayurvedic practitioner.
very interesting. Thank you, Dr. Kamal. Uh, Okay,
So
one of our next sessions talks will be with a person, with an incredible person who started her own company in South Africa, and she has organic gardens where she really grows herbs, and then she uses those herbs and nuts to create creams. You can eat them.
sounds interesting. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, namaste. Thank
Yeah.
you, everyone.
Thank you, Karolina, for such a informative session. And we'll be back soon with a new topic.
Thank you, Dr. Kamal. Please sign up for YouTube, Pure Bliss Akram Chats, and send us our questions. Any questions that you have. Dr. Kamal and I, remember, we are Pitta, so we have fire and we like challenge. The more difficult the questions, the better.
So we are
Take care.
expecting good questions from you. Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.